You're listening to Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia.
Hello and welcome to episode 64 of Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia. This is Brandon.
This is Brad.
This is Nick.
So what we're going to bring you this episode is our top 5 Nintendo 64 music pieces. We're also going to talk about what, Brad?
We have the drawing for the Superfan. It's our... we haven't done contests in a while. We started a while back on episode 1 through 4. But now we've got the drawing for the NES game. We've got maybe a promo to bring you guys. Some treasure hunting, of course. Nintendo 64 music, like Brandon said. And quote time.
Alright, well why don't we start with that?
Quote time. My quote for the week. There'll be a tombstone with the planet Earth engraved on it.
Oh man, that sounds like some alien movie.
You wish. It's from the destruction of Monstropolis, the Airman song from the Megas.
Pulling from the Megas again, huh?
That's right. My game of the week this week, A Boy and His Blob. I played it twice last week. One time on Monday at Nick's house, and the other time Wednesday, which you guys could watch on YouTube. Basically, A Boy and His Blob, we discussed it before. You feed the blob jelly beans, and he basically does all the acts for the boy. He progresses the boy through the game. And oh man, that game is so fun. First, on Monday, Rosa, Nick's daughter, was watching me play it. And I was asking her, what do you think he turns into when you feed him a cinnamon jelly bean? And she'd say, I don't know. And I say, fire. It was hecka tight. I made it all the way up to Blobonia and died on the popcorn the most. The popcorn and the mushrooms. Those things are bastards. And I don't think I made it to the cave. I made it to the conveyor belt. And then on Wednesday, on my second playthrough, I read that if you throw the coconut on Blobonia and it rolls past the cherry bombs, that all the cherry bombs explode, so you don't have to worry about shooting them. But it also took care of the marshmallows, which was hecka tight. I was like, the marshmallows are gone.
That's hecka tight.
So it's going to be your next game you play through.
Mega Man 2.
Nice.
Classic.
I'm going to do that Tuesday or Wednesday.
So before Brad came over to play that, I was testing out my old school Nintendo. I wanted to make sure that it worked, and I pulled out Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. And I was playing it for 20, 30 minutes before Brad came over, and I was like, oh man, he's here now, so I have to stop playing. But I decided I'm going to take a hiatus from Last of Us and play through Simon's Quest. I haven't had a chance to put it back in after Brad came over, but hopefully next week I'll have a full report on Simon's Quest.
Awesome. And I'll be playing The Last of Us now.
Nice. You're probably going to beat it 3 months before I ever get a chance to.
I borrowed it from Matt. I borrowed that and Assassin's Creed 4. I played 2 minutes of that game and can't get into it.
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Matt loves those games.
I know. He's the one that sold it on me. He was like, yeah, man. He also loves when we do the impersonation. Does he? Yeah, you're a pirate and stuff. And you get to sail ships and dive in water and seek treasure, but I'm afraid of the sharks, so I don't do that too often.
That's hecka funny. Nick's Nintendo, you know what you have to do to it? You have to do the grind.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When you push
Classic
it down.
grind.
Yep, to make the game start. That was hecka tight.
When I did that, I didn't know it was called the grind. It's just something that I've always done with my Nintendo to make it work. And Brad was trying to get it to work for a while because he had to put in Boy and His Blob. And he was blowing it and he was sticking Q-tips in there and everything. And I was like, let me give this a shot. And I held it next to the edge of the Nintendo. And I pushed the cartridge in and he's like, oh, you did the grind. I was like, what?
That's my go-to move.
I know, me too. I've always done that.
And then if that doesn't work push it on the left and push it to the right.
I had to do a combination of the grind and the push to the left and the right, and then the orange cinnamon screen came on.
With the looping 4 bars of music.
Indiana Jones, yep. Treasure hunting?
Yes.
I'm going to go on record to say I have no items this week.
Oh, man.
So, Willie wanted to get this 360 game called Need for Speed Rivals. So I took him to downtown Dimple, and he actually found it there. Did some work over the weekend for his grandma, and she gave him money so he could buy it. So this is what I found while I was there.
Which Dimple?
Downtown.
Oh, Sega game. Madden 98
Okay.
for 99 cents.
It's worth $8.
Okay.
And this is also worth $8.
NFL 98. Cool.
This one's worth $20.
Wow. You with the Tiny Toon games. Tiny Toon. Plucky's
Big Adventure.
Big Adventure.
like Pee-wee.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, you didn't check to see if it was complete.
It's the book's right there.
Some of the books aren't like that, though.
Oh. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do this.
It's complete. It's fine.
I'll have to change the case because it's a little cracked up. Perfect.
Cool.
Why is Madden 98 $8?
Because they already came out on the next gen console, so everybody bought them for that instead of the old gen. So both of these games.
Oh,
did
that's
that.
not a. I see. It's not a Genesis game.
It is, but it's like it also came out on the PlayStation, so people bought it for the PlayStation for the better graphics.
This isn't a Genesis game though.
Yeah,
it
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it is.
And so a lot of the late games like that, especially sports games, people just bought them for the next gen, which made these rare. I also tried to look for the rare 93 Madden, but they didn't have any of the copies.
They never do.
There was a treasure hunter there with his girlfriend.
Oh, what an idiot.
You know, they were looking at
DS games?
Atari games.
Oh, loser.
And they weren't even... I looked by and she had her phone naming off games. She wasn't even on price trading. She was just on, like, top Atari sellers or
Oh, amateur.
something. And he was like, what else? And then she was saying all these other games. I went to Dimple Folsom, and they had Sword Quest Fire World, but that one's not worth the money. It's the Water World that's worth money.
I see. Alright, let's get this punishment out of the way.
And prize.
I'll do my punishment first, and you get a pick, of course. Whoops.
And I still have that Still a Treasure.
Yes, you do. Nut tap. Taxi.
I'll take a taxi.
Alright.
My prize.
Ass punch. Corn dog.
Corn dog. I'm going to bend over right here so you don't run into the stove.
Fold forward. I should get into a downward dog position. Oh.
You ready?
Yep. Ow. Ow.
Never gets old.
Oh, that hurts. Oh. Ooh.
I think I got mostly cheek on that
No,
one.
you didn't.
You want a pack of frozen carrots to sit on?
I think it hurt worse because I tried to not project myself into the wall. Okay. I gotta do some more treasure hunting. Alright. Okay, so here's our drawing.
What's this for?
This is for the Ninja Turtle game.
Oh.
For everyone who liked us on Facebook and whoever referred people to like us. Just a few quick shout outs for some new people who liked us. Zachary McDaniel's girlfriend, Monique Ignacio. And then we also have Jason Johnson, longtime friend, longtime listener to the show, who also referred Brandon Johnson, the Johnson brothers. And also Matty G and Hank the Tank. And Marcus Dominguez. Okay, so let's see who wins this thing. Winner is Zachary McDaniel.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We will be messaging you after the show, so by the time you hear this, you hopefully will have your game, and more contests will be to come, will be to head. So let's get on to our self-promotions. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at NES Hunter, subscribe to us on YouTube. Some more kick-ass playthroughs are going to come through. Torment versus Mega Man 2, perhaps.
Nice.
Which will be so fun. My commentating ability my levels will increase each time I do this. So, and subscribe to us on iTunes if you want to, because every time we put up an episode, boom, it'll get to your phone hecka quick. So we've got a pretty cool top 5 for you guys. Top 5 Nintendo 64 game. Music. So, let's roll to see who goes first. Shout out to the dice roller. Stupid dice roller got me a corn dog.
You know what? I really like the random number generator app.
I like dice roller. So, Nick gets 5, I get 1, Brandon gets 10.
That's right.
So, you could start out, Brandon. Then I'll go to Nick and then come back to me.
Kind of cheated on this number 5.
Come on.
What do you mean?
cheater.
Everything from WWF games is what's going on.
Razor Ramon.
This is my number 5. See if you guys can guess it. Yoshi's Island stage on Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. This song was originally released in the Super Nintendo, but then remixed and made better for the Smash Bros. Game.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Alright. I felt a little guilty about this one because I thought it was a bit of a cop-out, but the game is so great, couldn't keep it off my list. So here's my number 5.
Oh.
So everyone knows that's GoldenEye 007. one of the greatest games ever on the N64. I do blame it for the first-person shooter phenomenon, but still a great game. I think it's a really cool piece of music. It just fits the gameplay totally. I like that it's kind of a fast pace. Well, it's kind of a mid-tempo pace, but kind of mid-tempo to fast pace. But I also like that it's a metal version of the Bond theme. I think that's pretty cool. So that's my number 5 is the main theme from GoldenEye 007.
That was my number 5 as well. This comes from another fun-loving game with bright colors, a vibrant sound, and just a whole lot of fun. Just listen to that banjo.
Going off.
I feel like I need to grab a couple of spoons.
So that's obviously on Mario 64 when he's going down the slides, right?
No. Did you? So you heard the banjo in the song, but did you hear the kazoo?
I heard a saxophone.
This game was Banjo Kazooie, and it was the main theme. This game is super fun. You fight a witch named Grunhilda, and she turns into a sexy witch sometimes. It's hecka tight.
My number 4 is a upbeat, funky piece of music. Perfectly fits the tone of the game. I'm gonna play this for you. So that's obviously the first level theme from Mario 64. It's called the Bomb Battlefield.
Yes.
It's fucking tight. I remember when I first got that game, I was so excited. It's the first major purchase that I ever made with my own money. I saved my allowance up for months and months. Bought that N64, put the Super Mario 64 in. And for a while, you're just kind of exploring the courtyard, go into the castle, look around a little bit, and finally find a painting. The bomb on it, and you jump through that painting. Oh man, and it's on. This music just hits, and it's a whole new world. There's enemies all over the place. It's really cool. Lots of good memories with this game, and cool music to kick it off.
What I like about that game is when you first got the Nintendo 64 at that game, you could explore for like hours and not even go into any of the paintings. Swim in the lakes and in the boat. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. Remember at Blockbuster they had a demo of it. And we saw the Nintendo 64 controller, and we just like wanted to have a seizure right then and there because we were so blown away. We got home, and we looked up Super Mario World, and we were like, this is no comparison. We went back to Blockbuster and just played the demo, just moving around and just in awe.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The Nintendo Ultra 64. Here's my number 4. Star Fox 64. First game that featured the Rumble Pack.
It's funny because when I was doing my research for this, that was one of my favorite games for the N64 was Star Fox 64, but I couldn't think of any memorable music. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot that one.
Is that the main theme?
No, it's like the intro. Because I was looking through all the different songs, and they really didn't have anything good.
That's what I was saying. I was looking through them. I was like, I don't even recognize any of these. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, that's Star Fox.
Yeah.
That sucks. Star Fox is a snub on my list.
The Landmaster level is hella tight. And remember Aquas?
Yeah.
When you're underwater with the submarine? That's awesome, too. I'm going to have to go back through and play that.
Put that on our list to play.
That's a good multiplayer game, too.
It is.
The multiplayer gaming on that is really fun.
We could do that, set up the multi-gamer and record that.
That'd be hecka tight.
Things are about to get a little dark.
Oh, man.
Opposing bloodlines from Castlevania 64. This game had horrible camera angles, blocky graphics, but was overshadowed by the sheer madness of its music. It was released in 1999 and was the first 3D Castlevania series, or first 3D game in the series.
Do you know when it was released in Europe?
Same year.
Oh.
I was going to ask that.
I don't know the month, just the year.
October.
That would make sense because it's Halloween.
Let's brighten things up a little bit.
Yes.
It's a little 30-second loop of a song. It's the theme from The Lost Woods and Ocarina of Time. Kind of harkens back to the older gaming systems where they couldn't put a whole lot of data on their songs. It seems like now, even when in the 64-bit era, like the songs are less memorable because they're just so long and there's not as many hooks in them. But it's just 30 seconds and it repeats and repeats and repeats. So it's very memorable. It's also perfect for the scenario that's presented in that game, where it's the Lost Woods for a reason. You get lost because you're trying to find your way out of these woods, and it seems that every time you turn somewhere, you're either making a circle or you're just completely confused as to where you're at. It totally fits the scene that you're in, and that's why it's my number 3.
And the Lost Woods keeps you from reaching the Forest Temple, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Number 3 on my list. Masked Jungle Warrior, Adalwa from Majora's Mask.
Is that the music? I never played that game. I haven't gone through it anyway.
Basically, it's this guy who jumps back and forth, yelling Adalwa. He yells out his own name. through the whole battle. That's why I put it on there, because I thought the jumping around Adalwood guy was hecka tight.
At first I thought it was Shadow Man.
I've never played Shadow Man.
I tried to. It was too dark, like, not evil dark, just dark. You couldn't see much.
Black Dark.
Yeah. Now my next two, I have two versions of the song to play. Here's the first one.
Oh, man.
The Song of Storms from Ocarina of Time. If I could pick up an ocarina and play the little medley and make it rain,
That'd be hecka tight.
we'd never be in drought. We'd probably have floods. And here's a second version I wanted to play. It's a movie. Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah, I have. Tight.
That's hecka tight.
You guys should check out this video. You guys should
When you
check
have a good Wi-Fi access, that is.
when you have a chance. It's the Song of Time and the Song of Storm she plays. Taylor Davis does it on violin, and it's awesome. But that song was one of my favorite songs from Zelda 64 Ocarina of Time.
That's the guy cranking the thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you fuck up his windmill?
He gets hecka mad.
Yeah, he's hecka depressed in the future because it was all messed up.
Alright.
Mario's getting some love in this top five.
So that's called Inside the Castle Walls from Super Mario 64.
What a metaphor. Castle walls. What do you think that is?
Oh, man.
That's right after he finds out Princess Peach baked him a hot cherry pie.
Wasn't it a cake?
It's a pie.
I thought she baked it. I think it's a cake.
No, remember in episode 1 and 2 we said in the Nintendo 64 version it's a cake, but we know it's a pie. Hot cherry pie.
She's not good with her baked goods. I guess she's naming a cake a pie.
She's referencing her vagina.
Not much more to say than what I said before. It's a very nostalgic game for me. I like that this piece of music is all strings. There's no horns, no other synthesized instruments. There's no percussion. It's all strings, very calming. Allows you to explore the castle with ease. So that's why it's my number 2, Super Mario 64, Inside the Castle Walls.
Yeah.
Do you think she has people in the walls like playing that music?
Yeah.
Like while people like 24 hours a day? She's like a slave master. Like no breaks or anything.
And then she wants to get dominated by Mario.
Like if they stop playing, she cuts off a hand or something.
Probably.
It's not nice.
What do you think Yoshi did to get banished to the top of the castle for eternity?
Probably ate one of her cakes that she baked.
Oh man, little bastard.
I remember there was a rumor you could get Luigi to appear in there, but that was
It was
false.
very false.
So here's my number 2. Has already been mentioned. The Lost Woods from Ocarina of Time. I'm still going to play it because it's a cool song. That's enough.
This made the top of my list because it embodies adventure and treasure hunting.
Yours too? Huh?
Let's get real.
Oh shit. What's his name? Like Smooth McGroove or something?
Yeah.
Gerudo Valley, however you say it. It's the home of the Gerudos and the home of Ganondorf.
Heck of ladies.
Yeah, there are.
You gotta credit Smooth McGroove there.
Yeah, Smooth McGroove does absolutely outstanding work on YouTube. He has acapellas of all the great songs. I found one today that he did of One Winged Angel that was amazing.
I think that's a new one because I've looked at a lot of them and I'd never seen that one before.
Yeah, he like all his videos have like 3 or 4 million views, but that one only had like 300,000, so it's pretty recent. I'm assuming you have something to say about Gerudo Valley.
It is my number 1 as well. Not much more than what you said. Just that it's kind of a sassy, spicy piece of music. Got a little bit of a Spanish flair to it.
Like Rubicante.
So yeah, like Brandon said, treasure hunting, Zelda,
and you get
broads.
You get to knock them out with your bow and arrow.
Yes.
And don't let them capture you because you'll go back in jail.
Here's my number 1.
Alright. Fuck yeah.
Ho, 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 ho. Mario 64 Bowser's theme. Man, getting to Bowser, first you're running towards a beautiful picture of Princess Peach that Mario wants to obviously give her a facial on. And then it changes to Bowser when you get close. You're like, what the heck? The floor drops open and you're going through an obstacle course trying to get to Bowser. And man, that's when I first experienced ball tension. When you're climbing hecka high and you're having to tiptoe Mario past everything through the electric balls and everything, then you reach Bowser and you have to fight him face to face, man to man. That thing plays quite a few times in that game, and I love it.
Yeah, tight. Good pick.
Honorable mentions?
I have none.
I have 0. That's tight.
The Lon Lon Ranch theme from Ocarina of Time.
I mean, we could just put an N64 and put an Ocarina of Time and just have that as our honorable mention.
And I've got
That could have been my 1 through 5. Every song on there could have been from Ocarina of Time.
And I have one more.
Turn this shit off.
Oh, jeez.
La, 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 la.
The DK rap from Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, Donkey Kong. Of course you got a coconut gun. Which Mel doesn't have a coconut gun? So you kind of tease out you have something else besides cool picks.
Who's this Ray Rice motherfucker?
Dude, he punched his girlfriend in the elevator.
Is that what happened?
I watched the video of it. Like, Karen was like, do you think they show a video? I was like, I'll find it. And he straight up knocked her out in the elevator.
He did heck of quick too. Like the video, you couldn't even hardly see his fist move. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It was like she was standing right here, and he just went. She dropped like a freaking sack of
And then
potatoes.
the elevator doors open and he's dragging her out.
It's like a video game. That's all I wanted to. I just didn't know what was going on with him.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw like everyone talking about Ray Lewis Ravens, Ray Rice Ravens.
What? He's on the Ravens?
Yep.
Oh, curse. Raven curse.
But that's about it.
We took Rosa to gymnastics today. She does gymnastics at a elementary school in North Highlands. And, you know, they have, like, posters. It's in a cafeteria. They have posters all over the cafeteria. They're, like, milk ads.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, like, random football players with the milk mustache saying something like drink milk or got milk or whatever. And there was one with Ray Rice. They hadn't taken it down yet.
That's hecka funny.
What was funny was that even above that, there was a guy named Wes Welker, who was recently suspended for drug use. So they had Wes Welker and Ray Lewis right next to each other, trying to sell their milk products. It was pretty funny. And an elementary school. I was quite amused by that.
So look forward to cool picks next week.
I'm just going to do my jerk of the week now. Is that okay?
That's right.
While we're discussing sports, I'm going to go into my jerk of the week. A's fans.
Oh man.
I got a little bit of a story to tell about this. On June 30th, the A's had the best record in baseball and led the AL American League West by 2.5 games. They were considered to be World Series contenders, and then they traded away the 2-time home run derby champion, Yoenis Cespedes. You know what Yoenis Cespedes is famous for?
Being Spanish.
Hitting home runs.
But you know what he did after he won the home run derby?
Oh, he did the Daniel Bryan.
He didn't do that,
Oh.
but he did have a WWE
Oh,
World
that's right.
Championship belt. So he had the championship belt in one hand, and he had the home run derby trophy in the other hand. It was hecka tight. So when they traded him away, they slumped miserably
Why did they do that?
because they got like, this pitcher named John Lester from the Boston Red Sox. They thought they needed more pitching, and I guess they thought their offense was okay.
Is the Moneyball guy still on the A's?
Yeah, he is.
Oh man.
They're now 8 games behind in the AL West to the Angels, and they're barely clinging on to one of the wild card playoff spots. By the time the season's over, they probably won't even make the playoffs. So at this time, while they're at their top, doing having the best record in baseball, heard nothing but A's fans talking shit about Giants fans and how we were having a horrible season and where are you guys talking shit now when your team's doing horribly, and all they did was talk about how great they were. Now they don't say shit.
That's hecka funny.
So it's not so much that I like the A's. The A's fans, kind of dicks. Kind of like the Raiders and the 49ers. It's not a rivalry. The A's and the Giants really should never play each other than in the World Series because they're in the American League and the National League. They have this thing called interleague play now where they do play each other, and I fucking hate it. But they're not rivals. It's stupid. So I don't understand why there's so much hatred between the two groups of fans. I don't care about A's fans, except for that they keep talking shit about Giants fans.
They were in the World Series together in 1988.
I think it was 89.
Oh. With Will Clark.
Yeah. So it's not so much that they support their team. I'm cool with that. I support my team as well. But I don't like that they're hypocrites and they're saying that, we're not true fans because we're not supporting them while they're down. Because it doesn't seem like they're supporting the A's while they're down.
That's hecka funny.
Fuck
A's
those
fans.
guys.
Stupid Facebook A's fans. It's like when everyone posts stuff about the Dodgers and the Yankees and like, what a tool.
I guess I'm alienating some of our crowd. I don't mean it to be directed at anyone personally. I just don't like the they kind of have like a little brother syndrome where they feel like they're like not getting enough attention sometimes,
Yep. So A's fans that are friends with Nick on Facebook, you're the jerk of the week.
Yeah.
I have a more personal jerk of the week.
God, I've been waiting for this for a while.
There's this one guy named Anthony who's related to Matty G in a kind of far out kind of way. He's been my jerk of the week since I've met him. He spread a few rumors about making out with all the cheerleaders, which I know one of them is false. He somehow got his tentacles wrapped around Nick's sister, and he turned out to be a deadbeat dad. Now, most recently, I heard that he coaches his son's youth football team and yells at them all the time because they mess up plays.
Now, Matty G is now with Nick's sister and is now a father figure to Anthony's son as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If I was 7, 8 years old and I had to choose between Matty G being my dad and Anthony being my dad, do I want to choose someone who drinks beer all the time and parties a lot, or do I want to choose someone who has a responsible job at Skull Candy and dresses like a teenager? Of course I'm going to choose Matty G to be my dad. So because of all that, I'd like to do a promo on Anthony in the vein of Brock Lesnar. Not Macho Man this time, guys. I'm taking it to the heart. Hey, Anthony, is that your name? It doesn't matter what your name is. What matters is come Sunday, I'm going to be feasting on your bones for dinner. When you step into the ring with the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar, there are no cheerleaders. There is no Cassandra Joneses. There aren't even little kids to yell at. What there is an ass whooping waiting to happen. Did your dad walk out on your mom? I'm pretty certain he did, because I remember you coming to my checkout line in Kmart to buy tampons for your mother. It makes me sick. You like to yell at kids at the football game. Is that because you were abused when you were little? Did your mom make you do things with those tampons that you didn't want to do?
Oh, sick.
Well, I guarantee you will be abused on Sunday. I will pick you up and I will drop you. I will pick you up and then I will drop you again. I will continue to pick you up and drop you. I will pick you up and drop you until your face has been beaten, your nose bloody, and you will be asking yourself, where are those tampons now? Just to think that this Sunday will be your last day in the universe almost brings a tear to my eye. Only because I won't have the joy of tormenting you again. When the medics strap you into the stretcher, I'll be there to kick it over. Hold on for the ride, boy. It's gonna be bumpy.
That's like a tie.
It's for you, Anthony.
So that'll do it for episode 64 of Treasure Hunting for Nostalgia. This is Brandon.
This is Brad.
This is Nick.
Happy hunting.